Hey everyone, it's Mari Clark here, and I'm going to be doing a process video today for the Pink Camera blog and online shop. And I'm going to be working on a traditional scrapbooking layout today, and I'm going to be showing you here the really fantastic Life is Beautiful collection from Fancy Pants. You can find this in the Pink Camera shop. I'm just showing you all of the things that come with this collection, and I was also highlighting the fact that I'm going to be using that green paper and the wood grain paper on this layout. So I've just taken a piece of white cardstock and I've treated the left side of it with a little bit of gesso because I'm going to do a little tiny bit of mixed media there. I probably didn't need the gesso, but I just never really know how much I'm going to put on for different products, and I just wanted to make sure that whatever I was going to use wasn't going to completely destroy the paper. So I'm just using a little bit of mist here in green, and this is Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I just put it on there and splattered it on, and I loved that this tone of green matched up with that beautiful Fancy Pants paper. And the pattern paper that I'm going to be using the most of here it's the green, and it's got a little leaf print on it, and that worked out perfectly for what I wanted to do here. So this is also from that collection. It's just a black polka dot on white, and I actually could have cut that in half and saved the other half of the paper, but I just saved myself the hassle, I guess, of trying to connect these two pieces together. It was just easier to adhere the white over top of that polka dot. Now this Fancy Pants paper has a little bit of a texture to it, and I really love that about the Fancy Pants papers. Many of their papers I've used in the past have been like that. They've just kind of almost got like a little bit of a ripple in the paper, and I really love that extra texture that gives the different projects that you're working on. So I've just put that down a little bit crooked, so I just wanted to trim that up because that'll just bug me if I leave it like that. So I'm just taking off just a tiny little bit of a strip off of each side with my trimmer, and now I'm happy with that. Now I just loosened up the top edge of that white piece because I'm going to stick some things underneath that later, so I just wanted to make sure that I had left that loose. So you can see that I've also put a few little gold splatters on that left side as well. Now I'm just showing you, I'm going to use this picture of Jordan and I'm showing you that the top of that bottle in the picture is green, and that was kind of the color inspiration for this layout, was to use green. And then when I thought of this idea for grass, that just kind of worked in really well. So you can see that I took a die cut, and I'm going to show you the die that I used here. It's a Lawn Fawn grassy cut. And I just took that and I made the top of that paper look like grass. And I cut another little strip too that also looks like grass that I'm going to put in there behind this one, just because it will make the grass look a little bit thicker. So the photograph is a picture that I printed. I printed it in square dimensions. I think it's 3.5 by 3.5. And this is a picture of Jordan and I. We actually went down one of the evenings. We just came back from Paris. We were there for a week, and it was so hot when we were there. And the one evening we decided that we would join the Parisians and go down and picnic on the Seine River. And this is something that apparently that they do all the time in the summer. And people just go down there with their open liquor. I was quite shocked as a Canadian, like we just can't walk around with open liquor. And so we thought that was pretty cool. So off we went down there with our wine bottle. And when we were there, it was something called Paris Plage. And so they create this fake beach they take these wooden boxes and they fill them with sand, and then they put all these palm trees out and everything. It's super cool. It just created a really neat summery atmosphere. And so what we did was we went down there, we had a picnic, we had our wine and our cheese and our crackers and so on. We had a little store called the Monoprix right beside our hotel. So we went there, we got all the stuff we wanted, and I was trying to duplicate this little beach scene I used a little cut file for my silhouette and I cut the palm trees out using that Fancy Pants paper, and that is how I created that little scene to the right with the palm trees. And so here Jordan and I are just in this little selfie that I took of us here, and he's holding on to the wine bottle there. We just had like a bottle of white wine, French wine, of course. Wine is really cheap in Paris, by the way. Highly recommend that French wine in Paris. Then what I'm doing here is I took a couple of the little die cuts and from that same collection, and this one says fun on it that I just adhered there, and just getting that all stuck down. I used some of the 6x6 pad, some of the yellow paper to create a bit of a photo mat there. And now I'm just going to take and embellish with some of the different little bits and pieces from the collection. So there's a little thought bubble there. I'm actually going to stamp the word relax on there. And I'm going to take a few of the other little die cuts and just embellish with those around the layout. You'll see me doing that as well. And that stamp says relax on it. And that is exactly what we did. We did so much walking on our trip. I don't think this was the day that we actually did the walking tour, but we did something called the Wego walking tour, WEGO. It was excellent. I still have to do a little review on TripAdvisor of that. It was good. It was enjoyable. We did a lot of walking, like I said, and in the evenings we just really needed to relax, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So I'm just capturing that and documenting that in this layout. That little die cut there says sweet moments that I just stuck down there it's in green again. So just trying to repeat that green and the yellow throughout the layout, as well as the wood grain, and that little file folder thingy that I just put on there, that little tab, that is wood grain also. And this little heart that I'm just sticking down there is wood grain, and the flare with the ampersand on it is also has that wood grain theme. And then of course the trunks of the palm trees are that wood grain paper, which I cut, like I said, on my silhouette. So I'm just going to add a few little things here and there. You'll see me doing that. And then we're going to have a little bit of a transition, and I will have added the journaling and the title and a few other little bits and pieces up to the top. Now, I realize that it is not realistic that there's grass growing between us and the little faux sky that I create here, but I didn't really care. I wasn't going for that much realism here, obviously. I just wanted this to look cute, and I wanted to continue that grass theme. And I used some gold glitter paper here too, just as accents here and there. So I kind of wanted to use that as a bit of a transition from the bottom to the top. So I just used some more of the collection on one of the little puffy stickers and a flare up at the top that says life is beautiful. I used a die cut or a die to create those little die cut clouds up at the top, and now I'm just taking a bunch of different mists and I'm splattering those around. So head on over to the Pink Camera store if you really love this collection, which I do. This Life is Beautiful collection's gorgeous. I think that Fancy Pants really knocked it out of the park with their summer collections. They're gorgeous, and you can find them over at thepinkcamera.com. You can use the code MARI10 for a 10% discount, and stay tuned for some still shots here coming up of the layout. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time on the Pink Camera. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye-bye.